Well, he certainly has proclaimed total victory and suggests that the courts have exonerated him and so on. And I think he will take that, and I think his base will take that. But actually the Supreme Court didn't exonerate him. They didn't even deal with the issue of his behavior. They merely sidestepped the issue and ruled about Colorado's kind of right to determine on this particular kind of question. But they also went beyond that. But he will certainly try to gain maximum advantage from it.
Yeah. What does this mean for Nikki Haley on the other side? I mean, does she, some might say she's holding out for the chance that Donald Trump may not be able to be on the ballot come November this year, and that maybe she might have that outside chance. Does this sort of, shift things a little bit sideways for her heading into today?
I think certainly, I suspect that those who support Donald Trump would always support Donald Trump. There's very little chance of them shifting away. But what Haley has become is a kind of lightning rod for everyone else who's not too happy. And I think, therefore, there are a number of different scenarios that could go forward. I mean, first of all, Donald Trump could be convicted as a felon before the nominating convention, or even the election, or even after the election. And the other thing, of course, is age and health and other matters as well. So I think since she's become that kind of a rump anti-Trump Republican, or at least a non-Trump Republican, and now has said she will not even necessarily endorse him should he win the nomination, it suggests that there's a possible division within Republican ranks emerging, which could have could lead to some sort of a split in the GOP in the longer run.
Does that mean that success for Nikki Haley, particularly Super Tuesday success, is absolutely very limited? Even though she's just won one state at the very least now recently, is that enough to kind of get her forward? Super Tuesday not being the right time for her either?
Well, that's a really difficult question, actually, but I think that calculus about Trump's health, Trump's legal position, and that kind of thing probably continues to hold. And I suspect that there is clearly some other logic going on in Nikki Haley's mind about the future, and I don't think that's the vice presidency. I think the schism between Trump and Haley, with that underlying "I will endorse you if you win the nomination" having gone, I think there is something perhaps more deep afoot, which could lead to the sort of something going on with the Republican Party itself.
Is that a split in the Republican Party you see possibly happening? I mean, it feels difficult to see it, but it certainly can be at play if Nikki Haley goes all the way and perhaps does mount some sort of a sizable challenge.
It could. I think the main issue would be the split as it impacts the November election. A new party doesn't do well in the United States. Third parties have never done particularly well, but we know that third party candidates sometimes can be the margin of victory for the other side. So Ross Perot famously, 1992, took a lot of votes from George H.W. Bush and effectively handed the presidency to Bill Clinton. But this really reflects, in my mind, just more turmoil, more instability, more volatility, more unpredictability. I was just saying to somebody before this that we could have a president of the free world, the leader of the free world, President Trump, governing from prison.